Welcome back to Big Mouth. I have just seen Titans episode 1 and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Now, before I start talking about that, I want to talk about big time YouTubers who talk about films and TV shows, your Grace Randolphs, etc., etc. It seems like DC bashing is something that happens all the time now. Now, let's talk about how she said that them not posting the whole of season 1 of Titans all at once on DC Universe was a mistake. She can't be very clever in terms of business if that's what she thinks. DC Universe is a brand new streaming service. They need footfall. They need people to come back and keep on watching it. Now, if you just put it on there, people are going to binge it straight away. What is it, 10 episodes or whatever it is? Then who's going to, you're not going to get as much footfall onto the streaming site, onto the service. You do it once a week, you've got that excitement every Friday of going on DC Universe and watching a brand new episode of an original series. So this is really my problem with people like her. People like her talk about how she enjoys talking about films with her subscribers. She doesn't. It's just about money. You think about it, right? Someone like me who's got 43 or something subscribers isn't doing it to make money, because obviously I'm not. I could be shagging my girlfriend. Instead, I'm here making a video talking about films. I could be talking to myself. It doesn't matter. It's a passion. It's a love. And I'm involved in the industry. Not in America, not in the UK, but here in Cyprus, so I'm not really a big deal. But at least I'm involved in the industry and I know a little bit of what I'm talking about. So let's talk about Titans. First of all, the elephant in the room, of course, is Anna Diop, because it was a very controversial piece of casting for many, many fans, for many, many people. Let me just say, her performance was amazing. She really was good. Now, when we saw the pictures that those idiots with the long lenses took, it didn't look great, did it? The wig didn't look great. But out of context, of course it's not going to look great. But for what Geoff Johns wanted to do with Titans, she's perfect casting. Because basically, if you cast some size 0 supermodel with her cleavage sticking out, it's not really the tone that Geoff wanted to get here. Geoff wanted to create a dark tone, because this is really a gritting, compelling piece of work. It's actually very violent, very violent. There's a lot of killing, there's a lot of deaths in this. It's a dark world. And I really, really enjoyed it. A lot of people reviewing this have been saying, it's good, it's okay. Were you watching the same thing I did? It was amazing. It was brilliant. And let me tell you, the young actor playing Dick Grayson, absolutely brilliant. He hits the right notes, and I really enjoyed his performance. But the performance that really won this whole episode was the young actor playing Rachel. She was absolutely brilliant. She is the pivotal key that links everything together. That's everything good about this episode. So let's talk about Dick Grayson. He's a policeman. He's left Batman, but he's still robbing. He's still doing his thing. But when you see him beating up those drug dealers, it's really violent. It's really rough. There's one moment when he's holding, I don't know what it is, a pole or something, and he's constantly bashing the guy, and you're thinking, all right, mate, you can stop now. But I enjoyed it. I loved it. It worked. Now, we only saw a little bit of Beast Boy, which was interesting. We saw him. He was like a lion or a tiger. I can never tell the difference. You can make fun of me in the comments, but he was trying to nick like a PlayStation game or something, which in a way is totally Beast Boy. So if we've got a lighter element of this show, it's going to be Beast Boy. But I think all the characters were great. But for me, the character that I already kind of embraced and cared about was young Rachel. It's her story. It's seeing her struggle with what's inside her. It's watching her own mother's brains being blown out. That was really, really compelling. And I just think it's a great piece of work. I found it really enjoyable. Maybe that makes me sadistic, but let me tell you something else. What I think. I think this is part of the DCEU movieverse, even though it's not a movie. You think about it. He's left Batman because Batman's too brutal. He's killing people. Isn't that what he was doing in Batman v Superman? Even the colour palettes of this TV show are very similar to Batman v Superman. Now, I know everyone's saying it's not part of the same universe, but I suspect that it is. Now, I know that people will say, yeah, but Zack Snyder said he was going to kill off Dick Grayson's Robin. Yes, but don't forget there's new people running this now. So they could be adding this to the mix. So to them, Dick Grayson's not dead. And let's be honest, they never said in Batman v Superman what Robin died. So we can assume it's Jason Todd, can't we? So I think there are connections to the DCEU movieverse. Maybe eventually. Now, obviously, the Bruce Wayne's voice that we heard wasn't Ben Affleck, but you're never going to get Ben Affleck to do that anyway. So, yes, I thought it was great. I think 50 minutes an episode is good. It's not too short. It's not too long. The music was very, very dark, like it should be. And especially when that guy's got Rachel hostage, and then, her powers manifest and kill him. But then she's back in the chair, tied up back in the chair. She doesn't know what's happened. So it's pretty. Her story is pretty amazing. And I think many people will probably agree with me that she is the glue that holds this episode together. But I do love Dick Grayson. I do love the way the character is. And you can see the morals within the character for leaving Batman. Something he probably didn't want to do. Bruce Wayne's like his father, but he left him because he couldn't handle the killing. And he admitted to his new partner that he didn't like what he was becoming because he was becoming like Batman, like Bruce Wayne. So it'll be interesting what his dynamic with this kind of cop who's his partner is going to be, if it's going to be romantic or if it's going to be friendly. I hope they don't go down the romance thing too much, but I don't think it's that type of show anyway. So I think we're going to definitely be okay. So I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. I thought it was really brilliant. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait for next week's episode. So now we can talk about a few things that have landed this week. So we've had the James Gunn stuff, which I've obviously spoke about as well. But Zack Snyder's been dropping some bombshells again, hasn't he? He's posted some artwork on Vero. He said that what are they called? The demons, whatever they're called, right? My memory's gone. But anyway, his design for those demons, right? The parademons, you see. Don't drink, people. You forget too much, right? His design of the parademons was deemed to be too scary by Warner Brothers. Now, he's very clever. He obviously knows legally what he can reveal and what he can't. But he's winding up his fans all the time to keep on fighting for this Snyder Cut. So he's a very clever bloke. He himself clearly wants people to see the Snyder Cut, because you're not going to be happy that you were sacked. So it is getting really interesting. There's loads of stuff that's dropped this week, and if you are part of Vero, I'm not. Mainly because I just don't get it. I don't get how it works, how you can follow people, how you can talk to people. So, there's so many social networks now. But it's great to kind of see other people's YouTube channels and see what they're doing, and when they're talking about what Zack's actually doing and talking about the Snyder Cut as well. But I do kind of get the perspective of some people being annoyed about James Gunn, because you lose Zack Snyder and that kind of element and tone, and then James Gunn comes in and you feel like you're being betrayed. But ultimately, my opinion is this, that Warner Brothers are a business, and Zack Snyder's universe was not making enough money for them to justify keeping him on. And I think that's why they became afraid of the stuff becoming too dark, even though Titans is extremely dark. But that's different. It's not the movieverse. The movieverse needs to be on a mainstream scale. You could still be dark, but there needs to be a balance. So I can understand Warner Brothers ousting him, but it is disappointing because I'm desperate to see his Snyder Cut. So guys, let me know what you thought of Titans. I really enjoyed it. Let me know your ratings, what you thought, like, dislike, whatever you want. But get involved.